Conversation with Jack Ma on Entrepreneurship and Inclusive Globalization. Mr. Ma is here in Bangkok for the second ACD Summit, which was held in this room yesterday. And we are delighted that he has agreed, to spend more time with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Jack Ma is one of the world's leading entrepreneurs and philanthropists, and founder and chairman and executive chairman of the Alibaba Group. Mr. Ma is also a special advisor of the UN Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, on youth entrepreneurship and small business, which holds the same rank as Assistant Secretary General and is a United Nations Sustainable Development Goals advocate. So let's begin our conversation. That's all I'm going to say. And the rest of the time is Ma time. So how was your trip to the kingdom?
Well, I'm very impressed and very honored to be invited. And this is the country that I visited outside, I think the first country I visited outside China. And I love this country, being here for more than 10 times. And my family also like it, my friends love it. And this time I come, I'm very impressed by the government's determination on changing, improving the economy of this country. About determination about helping the small SMEs, helping the young people. I had a meeting with the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister this morning. We discussed a lot about SMEs, a lot about young people, a lot about technology, a lot about equality, a lot about the inclusive financing systems that can supporting small business and young people. Well, it's out of my expectation. I never thought this trip, the result was like this. I mean, I try to come here, talking to the 34 state leaders, and then leave and go. But it seems that I will come back more because I can feel the passion here. So I'm very happy about this trip.
You have many great fan club, here, young and old, okay? So I know that you want to talk about entrepreneurship and young people, but maybe you'll have a couple of minutes for old people as well. Okay? So many know of your success, as a leading businessman on a global level, but we've seen the video, it starts from your small board meeting, from humble beginnings. So please share how it all came about and what advice you could give to aspiring billionaires, and people who are interested in business, What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs and others gathered around here today?
Well, thank you. I really did not know that there are so many people here know about me. First, I would say, don't trust the books. There are about 50 books writing about us. I'm shy in reading them because I know a lot of them are not true. I remember once I was in China on the airplane. I found a magazine. I was reading something about a great young people doing something. I say, wow, that's a great guy. And then it was talking about me. I think I'm a very normal person. I failed many exams, and I tried to apply jobs for more than 30 jobs and never got accepted. And I get used to be rejected by people. And I get used to fail. A lot of people say, Jack, you have achieved such a big success on Alibaba, Ali Financing, Ali Cloud Computing, but they never see. For the 5 successful companies we made more than 5,000 mistakes. We had a lot of stupid mistakes and all the setbacks. People did not read it. We started from my apartment, from 18 people to now more than 43,000 people. And people asking, what is advice you give the young entrepreneurs? And my advice that, number one, always use your brain to think. When people say yes, when everybody say yes, just stop 1 minute, think about why it is yes. Is it a possible no? When everybody don't like it, spend 1 minute, think about maybe something right about it. So always using your mind independently thinking. Do not follow the general thinking. After 2 or 3 minutes, you think, yes, most people are right, and then follow. And the second is be optimistic. There's always opportunities. When I was young, I don't like Bill Gates because I think Bill Gates took all of jobs, right? You know, the all wonderful opportunities, Microsoft, IBM, and Cisco, they took all the jobs. But I think maybe Bill Gates, maybe Jack Ma, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, these are not our models. We should learn from those people in the neighborhood. They opened a small restaurant with great business. These are the people we should learn from. Start little by little. You can do better things. When you're small, you should have a big heart. When you're big, you should do small deeds. This is always my advice. Be optimistic. Whether you like it or don't like it, 10 years later, this world is going to have more rich people than today. 10 years later, this world is going to have a more successful company than today. If you do not ready for the future, if do not ready to take the sufferings for today, you will never have a bright future. And next is partner with the others. Nothing can be achieved by yourself. You have to find good partners. And good partners takes time to build up the trust. So the rest is time. Never give up. There are about 10,000 times I may give up. But I ever say, just for 1 more 3 days, another 3 days, I may survive. So magic always stay for the next 3 days. If you give up, this world, the easiest thing is to give up. But it's so difficult to come back. So if you decide to be an entrepreneur, ask yourself, the first day love. The first day love is always the beautiful love. But a lot of people, when they go, they forget the first day love. So there are a lot of problems. But be optimistic. Partner with the others. And don't give up. And I said to myself in the past 17 years, as I said again and again in China to a lot of friends, today is difficult. And tomorrow is much more difficult. But the day after tomorrow is beautiful. And most people die tomorrow evening. So if you want to see the sunshine of the day after tomorrow, you have to work very hard. Don't give up. And partner with the others. This is the advice I give.
Small companies, including in Thailand, one of the key challenges is financing. To get somebody to listen and to back them up. I mean, what would you say to that? I think it's the same all around.
Yeah, first, financing is a problem to any companies, whether you're small or you're big. Big companies say, I need more money. Right? So financing is always a problem. When you want to borrow money, banks do not give you money. Which is true, which is right. I mean, they make money of the banks, right? Why they should? So if you ask for money, there is no money. That is very natural. If you ask for help, nobody help you. That's very natural. If everybody help you, this is not natural. This is not normal. So when you start to do it, you say, this is something that I want to do it. I remember when I started my business, my parents did not like it. Say, you're a teacher, you're a lecturer in the university. Why you give up doing something that never existed before in the history? My wife doubted about it. All of my friends, I invited 24 of my friends, discuss in my home, say something I want, that was in year 1995, something I want to do in the future. And after I talked for about 2 hours, 23 of them say no, forget about it. Only one person said, well, if you really want to do it, maybe try it for a couple of years, and then go back to school. But I decided to do it. A lot of things you want to do, people may not like it, but you have to believe it. And when you believe it, when you start to do it, the things that people don't like it, don't understand it, surely you will not get a lot of support. But the first money you support is I started Alibaba by 18 founders. We gathered $50,000 US. That was 1999. I said, everybody put your pocket money on the table. Nobody is allowed to borrow money from your parents because I don't want to spend your parents' pension. Nobody is allowed to borrow money from friends because we are all young people. We should take responsibility for what we committed. For $50,000, we will last for about 10 months. 10 months later, if we used up the money, nobody invested in us, we do not have income, let's go for a job together. Otherwise, continue to do. Everybody should keep 10 months food money, and everybody should not live 5 minutes walking distance away from my apartment. So we started this job. $50,000 US, 1999, from 18 people. We started. We went to the banks. Nobody gave us the money. We went to venture capitalists. I went to venture capital in the USA, rejected by 25 or 26 venture capital. People don't like Alibaba ideas. They say, e-commerce? No, forget about e-commerce. Internet? No, China has no internet, no e-commerce. So, what are you going to do? Spend money carefully and convince those people who trust in you and responsible for that trust. So, this is what I say. It is difficult for a startup to raise money. And raise money from your friends, raise money from your parents, get the money from yourself. And then when you go to a certain part, you will get the money from the banks. But on the other hand, government should do something. Society should do something. This is what we believe in this century. We should not it's impossible to make all the small, medium-sized companies to get $50,000 in such a terrible situation. So the government, banks should working out a system to have the inclusive financing, making sure those people who need money can be funded. Today, my largest shareholder is from Japan, from US Yahoo. And people say, well, Chinese companies, a lot of shareholders from Japan, from the USA. But when we raise money, nobody in China give us the money. No banks give the money. We do not complain. So I think as an entrepreneur, when you start the business, raising money is always a big issue. So you have to think about it clearly. If I don't have money, what should I do? I heard a lot of young people say, if I have money, I'm going to achieve this. No, I don't like this kind of young people. I love to talking to those entrepreneurs who say, I don't have money, but I still can make this thing happening. These are the entrepreneurship. And if you have this kind of determination, this kind of a creation, you will have find people to support you. I tell you one story. Year 2001, I think, I was invited to speak in the USA, talking about my vision, our future. And I talk a lot about the value, mission, and vision. There is an American, he was a senior officer level guy from big American company. He listened there, he said, Jack, this is a crazy guy. It's impossible to talk about a value, mission, vision in a startup. You should talk about how to make money instead of creating values. He said, this is crazy. So after my talk, he came to me and said, Jack, I don't think you are right. I said, please, David, please come to my company. So 3 months later, he came to my company. He spent 1 week. After 1 week, he said to me, he said, Jack, I know you are crazy. Now I found 100 crazy guys in your company. Because everybody thought, do like you. When you have a group of crazy people doing things they believed, make tiny things, this thing will happen. So the advice, the lecture I give to the Harvard year 2003, I say, we succeed, there are 3 reasons as a startup. We don't have money. I don't know technology. And I've never planned. People say, how can this happen? We don't have money. Today, many companies having trouble, not because they don't have money, because they have too much money. When you don't have money, everything you do, you're very careful. You think, if I don't do it right, I'll bankrupt tomorrow. When you have a lot of money, you start to do stupid things. When you don't have money, you don't have a chance to do stupid things. We don't know technology. I don't know technology. I'm not a technology background guy. But because I don't know technology, I know a lot of SMEs, small business, scared of technology. How can we make a technology very simple? A dumb click can get what you want. So I was the product tester. If everything my engineers made, I will use it. If I cannot use it, forget it. 80% of people cannot use it. If I can use it, then go ahead. We never plan. How can you plan in 1999 for the future of internet? Keep changing to making sure you know what your customer want. And making sure make your customer happy. Making sure make your team happy. When you make your customer happy, when you make your team happy, the shareholders will be happy. So this is how we survived.
Jack, when we watch your videos and I saw your interview on World Economic Forum, we know that for you, life is not just about wealth, right? And so you recently were appointed, yes, there's your hot English breakfast tea, special advisor of UNCTAD on youth entrepreneurship and small business. Okay, so what do you think opportunities would be offered by such a role, for you to contribute to the world and to the people that you love?
Yeah, I think I keep on asking myself. I never thought I could be here talking to you on the stage. I'm from a very, very normal family, not good education, and not good looking, which is good for me. But I have achieved that much. I got a lot of respect from my friends, my colleagues. I got a lot of money, although I believe this money does not belong to me. My philosophy of money is that when you have a $1 million, $2 million, you are the happiest guy in the world. When you have $100 million or $200 million or $10 million or $20 million, you have a problem. You're thinking about the valuation, devaluation of the money. You should put in the banks, or should you buy the stocks or invest. A lot of problems comes. When you have a $1 billion, that's not your money. That's the trust the society give it to you. Because the society believe you can spend money smarter and better than most people. It's the responsibility. How many beds you can sleep? 1 bed. How many dinners you can eat every day? 3 dinners. So how many clothes you can wear? So people like me, I don't need good clothes, because whether I good clothes, I'm ugly looking. Bad clothes, still looking. So Forget about that.
I feel the same.
Yeah, we have this.
I don't care.
So think about what's the money. Money is responsibility. Money is the trust that people give you. Money is the blessing. How can we spend the money better? I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I would say I'm the luckiest person in the world. From nothing, from nobody to today. How can I keep my luck? Is to bury the luck in the other people, to supporting other people. We made money from SMEs. How we make money from SMEs? Our philosophy and our KPI in the past 10 years is that we do not judge how much money we make by success. Our success is based on how much money our customer, small, medium size, made because of us. In this, only the other people successful, we can be successful. So I think I'm very honored to be appointed as the special advisor for entrepreneurs and small business. I'm thankful for the small business. And I respect the small business entrepreneurs. When I talk to small business entrepreneurs, I feel excited, like me. He asked me one question, I asked for 15 minutes. I can ask for 15 hours when I talk to SMEs. Because SME, their eyes full of hope, full of passion. When you talk to big business, they're full of money, competition. So, do you like, I think as an entrepreneur, think about how you can help others, not others help you. Because if a person think about money, this is US dollar, this is Hong Kong dollar, this is English pound, everything you talk about RMB. Nobody want to make friends with the people full of money. People love to make friends with you because you have inspiration, you have dreams, you have hope, you have a passion, not about money. If you have these things, money will follow. So I'm honored. So it's, to me, it's the honor, it's the privilege that spending time with the SME and young people and entrepreneurs. I can learn a lot from them. When I see the young entrepreneurs, a lot of young people here, reminds me 20 years ago of me. So I'm very thankful. Very thankful.
No, and we're thankful as well.
Yeah.
So before we move into the Q&A, I think I'd like to, just two questions. One is career advice for the young people, okay, what to do with their life, or maybe, and then I'll ask just a question about Thailand. Then we will move into.
Okay.
So career advice for young people.
Yeah. Career advice, I think I learned a lot from HR system called career development. Young people in a big company always need to have a career development. Remember, nobody can develop your career. Only you can develop your career, man. Don't expect your boss is going to develop your career development.
Thank you.
You develop yourself.
They always blame me, Okay, thank you for that.
It's, think about who can develop your career. It's you. Knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge, you learn. Wisdom, you experience. We have the best opportunity today. I'm so excited about the future. Every technology has about 50 years. The first 20 years is about technology revolution. It's about all engineering technology company. Next 30 years about implication of the technology. The first technology revolution in Europe, 50 years. The second technology revolution in America, 50 years. This internet technology revolution, 50 years. Past 20 years, it's about Google, about Yahoo, Amazon,
Alibaba, Facebook, these technology company. Next 50, 30 years, it's going to be everywhere. I tell you one thing. A lot of jobs is going to be destroyed. But a lot of new jobs is going to be created. In the past 20 years, we make people like a machine. In next 20 years, we will make machine like a people. Machine is going to be very smart. All the people scared of the machines. We young people embrace the machines. We young people embrace the technology. Why we are young? Why you are young? Because you are brave. You are ready to take the challenge. Do not complain. When I started my business, before I started my business, like any other young people, I complain. I complain this, complain that, and complain this. And then I suddenly realized, no use to complain. The more you complain, the more unhappy you are. I started to change myself. 20 years later, I saw many of my friends still complaining. And I changed. Where is the opportunity? Opportunity only lies hidden inside those complaints. If you can solve the complaint, you have the opportunity. The bigger complaint you solve, the big opportunity it is. So, with the technology revolution, I don't think any senior guys can give you career development, but they will give you great advice. Never give up. The wisdom to solve it. Don't believe everybody was born smart. People learn smart by learning, by experience, by making mistakes. So this is what I did. I have a great opportunity talking to, I know Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jack Welch, even Steve Jobs. I talk to a lot of great people. I don't see they have a career developer. Somebody developed their career. They develop themselves. And most successful people never wait to be developed. They develop themselves by tough experience. Any bad experience today you have, this is the best development challenge. And after that, you will be successful. Success does not mean how much money. Success does not mean how powerful you are. Success means when you get old, when you're 80 years old, you have 10 to 20 hours story brag to your grandson. I have experienced this. This is what I mean a success. And at that time, because when you're 90 years old, money means nothing to you. Power means nothing to you. Your experience means a lot to you. This is what I think about it. But maybe now, too young to talk to young people, too early. But you will learn it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Then now the final, opportunity just to touch on Thailand. You said you've been here 10 times.
More than 10 times.
More than 10 times. Yeah. And in fact, when our organization invited you to the ACD Connect Business Forum, you were actually not free. It was not convenient. But then you met Kun Prayut Chan-o-cha at the G20. Something clicked,
Yeah.
So what made you decide to make the time and be here?
Yeah. I'm a very straightforward, outspoken people. I'm happy that many of you here like the way I talk, but many people don't like the way I talk. The way I talk, sometimes politically not correct. And when I speak, I know one thing, that you can never make everybody happy. Why should I make everybody happy? I make those people who trust the future happy. So when I speak, I make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of, so I'm scared of the talk. When I start to talk, I talk the things I believe.
So I got a lot of criticism too. But people wanted me to share ideas, so I go a lot of, so my time schedule is busy, especially with our business everywhere. When I see Prime Minister in G20 Hangzhou, I was impressed because I thought as a Prime Minister, he used to be a military guy, should be a stable person like this. And we had a good talk, wonderful talk. I can feel his determination to change this country's economy. He loves the small business and young people. And I was surprised because he speaks Thailand and I speak English. When he speaks Thailand, he need a translator to translate me English. When I speak English, he said, no translation. So I said, wow, that was interesting.
Very diplomatic.
That was very interesting because I never know that he could understand English. And I can feel that the human being, the very important is about the trust. I can feel he trusts us. The most precious things is about trust. If you trust a person, everything is simple. If you don't trust this person, no matter how he works, it never works out. So I feel this country wants to change. I feel this country think about helping small guys. And I feel, especially these 2 days, I feel even more. See, you're talking about the national plan for 4.0, digital Thailand, and very interesting cashless society to make this society transparent, no corruptions, efficiencies. It's not easy for a country like Thailand in this part of the world have a forward thinking. So by doing that, I think I should change my schedule and come here and join the force together. Because if this country is the land I like, if this country you see the leadership want to do something, and especially I like the other thing is that this country is Buddhism, the religion. I like this religion. I do. See that? I have this one.
Okay.
Because last century, the world is driven by knowledge and by science, by competition. This, which is called knowledge-driven. This century, I believe, should be wisdom-driven, tolerance-driven, inclusive-driven. This is about wisdom. Buddhism is about wisdom. Buddhism is change your body to be harmonious with your society or with your heart. In Asia, in China, Taoism is about change yourself to meet the nature. Confucius is about change yourself to meet the society, to be harmonious with the society. And Buddhism is about change your body to meet your soul and your heart. And this is what we believe, that this land, this magical land, has a future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we'll do Q&A. Would you like to stretch your legs now, or
No.
you're comfortable like
I'm
this?
okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the youth colleagues, youth delegates first, and then we'll move around. So maybe a couple of questions from the youth section of the audience. มีคำถามไหมครับ เชิญครับ And please also announce your, so we have two already. Lady first. Put your hand up high. And the mic is coming to you. No, we already have two.
Okay.
เดี๋ยวรอกันฮะ Okay. Say your name and where you're from and go ahead and ask your question.
Hello. Hi, I'm Lalin from EXE.
ยืนหน่อยได้ไหมฮะ จะได้เห็น
Hi, I'm Lalin from EXE. Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Then. Hi, I'm Lalin from Exi. I co-founded a software company based in Thailand, so we're quite small. So I have a questions like, I think it happens to every small and medium-sized organizations and companies that they have limited resources like capitals and manpower and so on. So what would be your advice if you have to give the tips to young entrepreneurs? Because along the way, I think they have to convince many people, to get supports and other things. So what would be your tips if you have to convince people to agree in what you believe?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. So how you can convince people to using your services, that's your question, right? Because you're small. It's not easy. Convince people is by your heart, by your actions, tiny. Let me tell you, first my philosophy, my belief. Do not convince those successful people. It's very difficult to convince the successful people to change. Convince those people who want to be successful. When we started Alibaba e-commerce Taobao, nobody wanted to use it. They say, forget about e-commerce. We have plenty of ways. Success people say, I've been doing business like this for 30 years. Why your model is better? So we go to the young people. We go to those people who are 19 years old, 20 years old. They don't have a chance. So we convince them. We say, just have a test. Just have a try. When those people start to try, you should giving all your heart to making sure that his trying experience is good. You cannot convince everybody to support you. But if you have made one or two people really start to try, you should making sure this try experience is good. I think what we did is that I tried to convince my friends, my relatives, my parents, anybody I know, to convince them as so many years that we've been working together just to try my service. If they do not trust me for even taking a try, something wrong with me in my past 30 years. So, not easy. Do not expect you are going to have 100,000 customers from tomorrow. You always start from 1, 2, and 3. Make your customers become your marketing guy. Making your customers become the sales guy, not your people become the sales guy. Make your team become the service guy, not making your team become the sales guy or marketing guy. Making your customers become the sales guy and marketing guy. That works. What I did when we started Taobao, nobody buy and sell. For the first 10 days, nobody shopping on our site. So we start to buy ourselves. This room buy that room, that room buy this one. And for 10 days later, somebody start to sell one thing. We buy everything he sell. So we buy the first month, we buy a whole house of rubbish. But people say, wow, it works. Then they start to sell. Not easy, but sincerely think you can help. Thank you.
Thank you. So, people look in the usual places, right? They go chasing after the same money at the same place.
Yeah.
So next, actually the guy behind you, yes, you. So we'll do 2 from each section of the audience and then and so on. And then 15 minutes for the press in the back. Yes, please.
Good morning. Good morning. I come from the department. Hello. Good morning. I come from Department of International Relations, Chulalongkorn University. $500,000 ago, the money and market system were introduced. half century ago, globalization started to be crucially vital to global economy. My question for my prediction is that will it be possible in the future that the electronic tokens, namely e-money, able to substitute the money we are using today? If yes, how can we, especially young people, can gain the benefit from this upcoming trend? Thank you.
So basically, will e-money replace real money? And maybe it's an opportunity for you to talk about your e-world trade platform as well, please.
Well, the e-money and money, they are all money. Money cannot be replaced, but cash can be replaced. I think the world will coming into the society of period, no cash. There will be digital. Today, in China, using internet system technology, we made a called Alipay. Today, people using the mobile phone to pay electricity, water, tax, buy vegetables, buy everything. With the mobile phone today, you can survive 365, 24 hours every day. We believe this is the future because this is going to make the society very, very transparent. And those people using e-payment, all the data collected will make, we know how much you buy, how much you sell, whether you pay the money in time or not, and who you owe the money, every details, how much, whether you go to bars a lot, you drink a lot, or you go take taxi a lot, all the data will be collected by machines. Machine will know you better. And with the data, the banks will give you loan quickly. So we think with the digital world, with the data and credit system of everybody, in the future, it is possible for any individual and small business can get financial supported. Because banks would love to give a small business loans, but banks do not have information about you. Banks love to give young people money, but yet they do not have the information about the young people. So by digital payment, the more data you have, the more machine will know, the more data your credit rating and the banks and financial system can give the money. And the other thing, people think, wow, what is my privacy? What is my security? I tell you what, first, we have to get used to live in a society less private than before. Second, do you believe you have a privacy? No. And the third, I would rather let a machine know me than a person know me. I said, there is only one person you always tell the truth, maybe. That's your doctor. Right? You say, I'm a stomach problem, you will never say, my liver is a problem. You may not tell the truth to your parents. You may tell the truth to your friends, but you will always tell the truth to your doctor. But tell truth to a machine is okay. Machine controls billions of people's data. He would not. But if a certain person knows your information, that's not interesting. That's called privacy. If you want to be better served in the next century, every small, big deeds will be recorded by machines. So you will get used to it. You have to get used to it. Security issues, I tell you, people are learning quickly. 200 years ago, you don't want to put the money in the banks because you believe money under your pillow is safer. But banks can be much safer than you are. Specialized data companies, banking system, financial system will do much better jobs. So I think young people in the future must take the digital world that is called cashless society, using the electronic payment, mobile payment. We cannot using the traditional banks have to change. So as I said 6 years ago, if the banks do not change, let's change the banks, making sure all the banks using the e-payment, everybody are inclusive. And this is what my answer is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the young gentleman, thanks you for that answer, for his thesis.
Okay, good.
Okay, so let's move to that section of the audience. In the back section, any questions? Yes, คุณก่อนนะฮะแล้ว so I see through first lady over here, then I'll go. เชิญครับ microphone.
Hello. Good
And
day.
then we'll move, and then back here and see how we go with time.
Okay, thank you.
Good day, Mr. Ma.
Yep.
My name is Kandi
เดี๋
from.
ยวฮะเสื้อ
My
ขาวก่อน
apologies.
เสื้อขาวก่อนขอโทษ
First of all, I'm so excited to get a chance to see you today. Hello, Mr. Ma. My name is Jean. I'm trying to make the agricultural e-commerce to happen in Thailand. And I have seen a lot of agriculture listing on Alibaba. And I'm getting so excited because right now I got potential listing and smart farmers all over Thailand. But however, that is not the final yet. So right now, today, I want to ask for your opinion. What do you think is the key success factor for e-commerce in this field? And how can it impact to Thailand in the long term?
Thank you so much for this question. This is what I really love about agricultural products, about farmers. Every country in the developing nations, if the farmers change, society change. If the young people change, society change. Small business change, society changes. So agriculture, I think we are, China, Thailand, we are all so many farmers in agriculture. In the last century, in the IT period, farmers have no chance. Because it's so difficult to use PCs. I don't see a lot of farmers using PCs. Today, everybody has a mobile phone. A mobile phone today is much more powerful than PCs. On the mobile phones, sell by. This is what we want to build up. What Alibaba is building up is that we hope in 10 to 20 years, anybody in the world, if you have a mobile phone, you can global sell and global buy. And this is a great opportunity. Mobile technology is going to fundamentally change the IT infrastructure of the rural areas of the countryside. Helping farmers to buy online, helping farmers to sell online. It is not that difficult. Thailand, you have a wonderful agricultural products. You have such wonderful fruits. Your mangoes, bananas, your pineapples, so popular in Asian countries. China, my friends helped me to bought a lot of fruits today back to China.
Do you like durian?
Oh, wonderful. Oh. I mean, I don't, my colleagues will be crazy about that. The great products, how you can help. First of all, let's educate, training the young people in the agriculture side, like you. Listing products online is not that difficult. Selling online takes about only few days, training. When you have customers, you always know how to serve them. So I think today agricultural products in Thailand has a huge potential, especially big market like China. This is why I'm excited by coming here. I want to convincing more farmers here, sell things online to China, to Europe, to other part of the world. And I tell you, I can guarantee here that in 5 to 10 years, using a mobile phone, you can buy things online from Norway, Sweden, Latin America. And we also will making sure on the mobile phone, you can sell your fruits, agricultural products all everywhere. But of course, we need with the government to build up policies for small business exporting quickly, importing quickly. In the past 20 years, all the import-export policies are made for big companies. Inspections, custom offices. So we need policies making. We need to build a logistic. We need to build up the e-payment system so people can connect the money quickly and wire money quickly. This is the system. If we can build it well, Asian has hope. Young people has hope, and agriculture has the hope. And I think the good thing about it, after our test in China, many farmers, they planted a lot of things, but they cannot find a market. So in the future, business will become not B2C. In the future, business is C2B, consumer to business. Last century is business design and sell to consumers. In the future, will be consumers' request and business start to make. Farmers will also be C2B. If you know how much and what the customer wants, so you can plant. This is what I feel excited about. And training the young people in the agriculture field, making sure they help them list, sell, service, and working with the government. I know, I talked to Deputy Prime Minister this morning, they are very enthusiastic about building up this kind of new system and policies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So at the G20, Jack Ma proposed e-world trade platform. So we will work with him together on that. คุณผู้หญิงชุดดำฮะ
Thank you.
ที่เมื่อกี้พูดนะเชิญ
Sorry. Good day, Mr. Ma.
Yeah.
There have been two things. Number one, entrepreneurs in Thailand are opportunity-driven rather than crisis-driven. Number two, entrepreneurship can be taught, not to be born with. My question to you, Mr. Ma, how should we do? What are the practical action for entrepreneurship for all to inject entrepreneurial mindset and the skills to the young gen? I'm talking about the roles of parents, societies, government, and policymakers.
So, teaching entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Interesting thought. Entrepreneurs can never be taught in the MBA schools. MBA schools teaches you skills. But what entrepreneur is not about skill. It's about creativeness. It's about imagination. It's about leadership. Entrepreneurs can be discovered. Every nation, everywhere, every neighborhood, there are entrepreneurships. Parents, society should watch them and explore them and help them. Entrepreneurs can be discovered, can be developed, but never be educated. This is what I believe. Society, last century, when we talk about industrial revolution, is about a skill, about a standardized. So many education system was designed to meet that system. Standardization, skill. But this century, start from this century, because of the internet, because of the data technology, customized, smart become the key words. So small is beautiful, small is powerful, and small is wonderful. That means this society, we need more entrepreneurships. And I encourage that education system need to be changed next 30 years. The past 200 years, education system is very purely on knowledge, on smart. Trust me, machine is going to be much smarter than you are, than human being. Next 50 years. Machine never get angry, never get hungry, never got tired. They calculate faster, they never forget things. Machine was tool, but will be partner of human beings. So what the education should learn is about how can we make people be more creative, more imaginative, imagination. This is what education should change. Society should give more respect to those people who are innovative, supporting resources to them. So I think we need more animals like entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, business entrepreneurs. These are the spirit that this century needs. How can we do that? Respect them and different training, family training. In China, a boy goes to school, the parents come back say, well, did you fight with others? No, good boy. Did you follow your teachers? Yes, you follow, good. So if you challenge your teachers, if you have a problem with the others, you're a bad boy. But we have to challenge. We have to solve the problem by confrontation. So I think entrepreneurship is about a vision. It's about imagination. And find out these people, support these people, or at least understand these people. That might be changing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We're rapidly using a lot of your time.
That's right.
So, are you two guys from government or business? Huh? From startup.
You decide. I cannot do it.
Okay. So look, it's about startups. So we take one from government. Let's take one from the diplomats and then return to you, because I still have to work with them. You see, any one of the diplomatic community would like to ask a question? Okay, it seems you're not a diplomat, right? Are you? Huh? ใช้ปากคณะทูตหรือเปล่า? ไม่ใช่ Okay, so the diplomats have
there's one.
Okay, yes, sir. แล้วเดี๋ยวของน้องนะฮะ And then we go to the media นะ เวลาจำกัด Sorry, but
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
Hello. I'm Suhail Khan. I'm the ambassador of Pakistan.
Pakistan. Thank you.
Ni hao.
Oh, you say that in Pakistan as well?
Assalamu alaikum. That's very common in the Muslim world. Anyway, very enticing, very exciting talk from a young and famous Jack Ma. It was my dream to meet you, and I thought I will meet you here. But anyway, I have a small question and then followed by a real question. What is the philosophy of the name Alibaba you gave to your enterprise? It's very interesting to know. And secondly, you talk about the government regulations. It's a very interesting for us to know. How do you advise the bureaucracy today for the futuristic trends? What regulations and deregulations you see will help facilitate the future generation to really interact with each other at global level or at continental level? Thank you very much.
Okay. The first question.
So first question is the story behind the name of your company.
Thank you. Yeah, Alibaba is, when I started this business, I tried to create a name that easy to remember, has a vision, easy to spell. So I've been thinking that a long time. One day I was in San Francisco on the street. I suddenly came to word Alibaba, start with A, open Sesame online.
About government organizations, how can we make the policies to meet the future? Well, honestly, let me tell, the more we do about the internet, the more we do about the e-commerce, we're worried because this world is going to have a lot of change. Lot of change. The change is going to be bigger, much bigger than most have thought. We have to embrace the change. Otherwise, be trouble. A lot of government do not like the internet. But trust me, the first technology revolution caused World War I. Second technology revolution, Second World War. This is the third revolution. What's the third World War? The third World War is that the human beings are working together, fighting against the war of poverty, disease, environment. If we do not have a same goal, we will fight among each other. This is what I believe. We think the first technology released the human muscle power. Second technology revolution, the energy, the distance. This technology revolution released the brain, the human brains. So we have to find the same goal. But the government always remember one thing. Innovation always runs faster than the policies. Respect the innovation. We always love innovation. Everybody says we love innovation, but they never make policies to support the innovation. People may not like it. Say, well, Jack, you always talk about the young people. You do not talk about the old people. I think if we care about young people, we will love old people more. Because it's the young people, they create wealth. They create the future. And if the wealth and the future is good, they will support the society. So I think today, a lot of government try to make things easy. Innovation of technology for this food, if it is 43, but most people only 36. You want to cut the feet of 43, or you want to have a specifically rules for those 43 feet? It's a challenge for government, but it's a challenge for everybody. Next 30 years, let me tell you, a lot of jobs is going to be losing. Many things that we believed right may be challenged. Society is going to be shaky. See, every economy is in problem. Americans say we don't have a jobs, China says we have a problem, and Pakistan have a problem. If one country has a problem, you can understand. If every country, every industry has a problems, something wrong with the system. Something is coming. Let's seriously look into this technology revolution. If all the young people do not have a chance, if the small guys if the society is not inclusive, we have a problem. So let's change it. At least if you're ready to change, things could happen. That's my advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So finally, the question from startup.
Hello. สวัสดีค่ะ Mr. Jack Ma. So my name is Pontip Gongchun. I'm from Jita, which is one of the startup in fintech startup here in Thailand.
Great.
So recently, Alibaba Group has expanded the business to Southeast Asia through the acquisition of Lazada, which is how the head office based here in Bangkok, Thailand. And also just launched the Alipay here in Thailand with so many partnerships. So we appreciate your trust in the opportunity with our country. So however, our startup like me, small businesses or the local players, they are suspicious about this expansion.
I'm glad we got this question. Good.
You're suspicious of what?
Because you are the client. You are the giant.
They're worried about
The
domination.
giant player, you are.
Worry about our invasion, right?
Yeah.
You are the
I'm
giant,
glad
and
this came up.
we think that you are stealing the market share. And eventually, the small businesses startup like us, will lose in the game, and also you will take the whole market. So, what are you planning to contribute to our ecosystem in terms of the business, support for the startup, entrepreneur, balancing and keeping the small local players to be in the game and growing together with us. Thank you.
Thank you for this question, giving me some opportunity to make some advertise our company. A lot of people are confused by our model, an Amazon model, war model, or big company. 10 years ago, when I started business, I told the team, I don't want to make this company an empire because no empire ends good. We should build this company an ecosystem. When I started my business, my first company was a translation agency. We don't have a chance. We have no chance to compete with the big guys. So I hate one day when we're big, we screw up the others. So we built Alibaba as a platform, as an infrastructure. We give tools to support and empower small guys. We never buy things and sell. But when you buy things and sell, you need skill. We do not judge whether Alibaba succeed or not by how many things we sell. We judge by how many things startups, small companies on our platform they sell. So you see, we go to any country. We do not does not mean bad. American company, Western companies, they want control. We go there, we always want to be the second guy. We want to find the local entrepreneurs, partner with them, make the partner successful. This is our philosophy. And we want to go to any countries to making sure startups, entrepreneurs, small business success because of us. If we big, every small business die, we're dead. The difference between Amazon and Alibaba, people say, what is that? Amazon is a shopping center. You go there, you go shopping. You go to Alibaba, you just for fun. A lot of girls, boys spend 3 hours a day browsing on Alibaba, Taobao for fun without buying anything. You know why? Because there are more than 10 million small business entrepreneurs. They sell all kinds of services, products. So so many varieties they can choose. We are not selling things. We are selling entrepreneurships. So we come to Thailand. We want to making sure Thailand, we can join the force with Thailand to cashless society, e-payment. I said to the Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, we will give technology, we will give know-how, we will invest the money to supporting that platform to be done. We want to make every shops that connect to the tourist using mobile payment. In this way, a lot of young people are from China, when they come to shopping, when they come to travel, they can use the mobile phone to pay. This will bring business to startups, small business there. For your company, if you want to sell things, if you sell alone, online, nobody can find you. But if you sell on a platform, we can direct traffic to you. And we think when you succeed, we can be successful. So we are platform, we are ecosystem, we are economy, we are not a company. We do not think we are a company. We are a company
operating this ecosystem. We are a company operating this infrastructure. We are a company that's supporting 10 million or 20 million of business. By the way, let me tell you our 2036 goal. In 20 years, I told our CEOs and the CEO in the future, what is the standard that Alibaba succeed? 3 goals. Number 1, we create 100 million jobs for the world. Second, we make 10 million small business successful and profitable on our economy. And the third, we can serve 2 billion population. Only 3 goals. We never give any KPI how much money we'll make, how much profit we'll make in 2036. We judge whether we are successful or not by the startups on our platform. If they are successful, we are successful. So we do not think we come here to grab your business. We come here to empower your business. If someday United Nations said, give Alibaba to the United Nations, we give it to him if they can operate. This is something that we know because we are blessed. We are honored in our life. We can make the big difference that nobody in the history have done this thing before. And we feel proud for that. It's not about money. It's about impact of the society.
Thank you. Okay. Are you tired?
No.
Okay, good. There's a lady here who's sending me signals, you know. She's from the Board of Trade. I mean, she... Yeah. She's... Wait for the microphone. It's okay. Let him have his tea.
That's right. Yeah, microphone.
Microphone คนนี้เร็ว Okay.
I'm from the university.
Okay.
University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce.
Great.
And I'm thankful for the collaboration and MOU that Alibaba made with us. I'm thankful for the trainer you sent to us. Right now, we are training the trainer for Alibaba platform. But I want to
ใกล้ๆหน่อย
do you have any suggestion for university just to create new entrepreneurs? How we do that? Besides the training, the trainers that can catch up with Alibaba.
Okay, thank you. Train the trainer for Alibaba platform. I want a university not only train those young people to using Alibaba platform. They should train them to using Facebook, train them using Amazon, train them using Google. University should not only train people using Alibaba platform. This is no good. This is not right. We should train our young people how to use social media, how to use search engine, how to use data, technology, computing power by empower those young people to know the future. That is the way to do it. And I think universities should also think about what are the curriculum, what are the subjects that can making sure our young people to be more imagination, more creative. That means not only knowledge, we should also focus on arts, sports, music, and painting. These are so critical for the future, right? This is what human beings should, because human being, people worry about human being are going to fighting against the robots. We will always lose if we compete with robots on knowledge. But if we compete with robots with culture, we win. Robots can never as wise as human beings. Robots does not have a mission, vision, and value. They know how to make things happen, but they don't know that. So I think the world is changing. Let's change the system of education. Let's change the way of education, making our kids like a human, not like a knowledge machine. And this is what I really hope all the universities, let's working together. By the way, thank you very much for training the trainers for Alibaba. We should train them for every platform. By every platform that we do, the world is going to be more colorful. If the world is controlled by Alibaba, it's a disaster. We got too much burden, right? We're like a government, you know. We want everybody is good, happy, and we are happy. That would be good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to my colleague Kun Sek, Director General of Information, and he will manage the questions from the media. Thank you, Kun Sek.
Thank you. So for the media, we'll start with the... For the...
ช่วยเปิดไมค์ให้อธิบดีกรมสารนิเทศครับตรงนู้นฮะยกมือเน็กไทสีเหลือง
For the media, we'll start with the ladies first on this side, and then if there's another question, we'll go on to that side. So,
Okay.
If the microphone...
ช้าๆแล้วก็ชัดๆนะครับถามคำถาม
Hello, I'm Kim Chanok Ratanapisait from NBT World.
Closer. No, can't hear you.
I'm Kim Chanok Ratanapisait from NBT World. I would like to ask you that from your experience, what would you like to suggest to Thai government and private sectors to help small business that can lead to sustainable development?
Okay. What would you like to suggest to Thai government and, if I'm not mistaken, businesses, you know,
Small business,
to
yeah.
help development in the cause of sustainable development?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we had a very good meeting yesterday. Very, very good meeting. That's why our team is so excited. When our team came here, we spent 2 hours and a half with the ministers of your government. We got very excited. Mainly 6 areas that we're working together. Small business, entrepreneurship training, small business training. We're going to a lot of training people, talents, develop people. Including, we want to hire at least 30 Thailand young people to work in Alibaba headquarters in Hangzhou for 1 year, 2 years, and send them back. So they understand the ecosystem, how it works, they can support more people here. We also think about how we can help more Chinese individual travelers come to Thailand, and how we can empower Thailand cashless, the society, how we can help in Thailand the capability of young people and small business. So we have 6 categories discussing. But very important is that I'm encouraging the ACD that we should make a plan, make specific policies for next 30 years. Next 30 years is critical to the world. Next 30 years is critical to Asia. The 30 years we should make policy for those companies who have less than 30 employees. We should make specific policies to support those young people who are below 30 years old. We should make specific free trade zones for small business only to import, export. So these are the things we're going to discuss. Next 12 months, we will have a roadmap. And the government has appointed a minister, and we appoint every 6 months, we're going to sit down together, review what is right, what is wrong, what is do good, what is not a good. And I'm happy about the execution capability of the government's commitment that we will work on that. So this is what we're excited about. Next 12 months, we cannot achieve a lot of things, but we expect we can achieve tiny things, little by little, making something happening. And we were helping the agricultural products, fruits to be sold to China and other part of our networks. So this is something that we just start to talk.
Thank you. Next question.
On that side.
เปิดไมค์อธิบดีสายประเทศครับ
ครับ
Hello. Hi. Thank you for taking my question, Mr. Ma. I'm Kad Satrusian from Reuters. I'm just going to ask a simple question. Was the recent management reshuffle at Ant Financial a step towards an IPO of Ant?
And that's the question? All right. I thought you have several questions. Well, yeah, Ant financing is based on inclusive financing system that we're building for 21st centuries. We believe last century the financial system was good, help the world. What's the system, a financial system that can support 21st century, supporting 80% of the small business and young people never be able to reach the financial aid? So Ant financing has been there for 13 years. And the mission for that is to making sure that it is inclusive. The mission for that is we want to build up the society, a credit system for every individual that they can benefit financially, benefit from everything, make things easier. So for the IPO, yes, we will definitely go IPO. We go IPO not because we want to raise money. We are pretty profitable, but we want to share with the global young people. We want to share with the Chinese young people who supported this kind of payment. So we don't have a specific plan and where to list, when to list, but we know we will list in the next couple of years, pretty soon, and we are excited about that because this is something new is coming up for pure inclusive financing. And we want to let the world share it, join together, and change the financial system, improve the financial system for the future.
Thank you.
So perhaps another question for the... Okay. Another question for media. Ladies again, this on this side.
Vinarat.
Yeah.
Vinarat from Nation TV. Your name, Jack Ma, has already become a legacy. What else do you want to achieve in life?
Okay, that's good. So, Jack Ma, you've already become a legacy, right? I mean, what else do you want to achieve in life, Jack.
No, I never thought I'd become a legacy because in not only China but in Asia, most of the heroes are dead. The American movies, I talked to the Steven Spielberg a few days ago. The American movies, all the heroes, they all survive. Chinese movies, all the heroes dead. So, I'm not a hero. I'm not legendary. I'm just a normal person. This life, I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky. And I enjoy my life so much, although I hate this job. I mean, I'm not ready for that. So many people focus on me. Because I'm not made for that. Nobody have a career development for me. And nobody can give me consultant to want to go. We're doing something that never happened. My original plan was I would go back to teach. That's why I built up a university, and I built up another school. Because I was trained to be a teacher. I call myself CEO, Chief Education Officer. And I love to be a teacher. And my life from now, past years, I was making money. From now in the future, most of my job is spending money. To spend the money in the right way. Donate the money, spend the money, do the philanthropy things, including entrepreneurship, small business development. I think when we do philanthropy, we should have philanthropy heart, but business way, not do the opposite. I see a lot of people have a business heart, but philanthropy way. That will never work. So I would try to do something, spending money, but mostly I love to be on the beach of the Phuket and enjoy life. Because we come to this world not to do things, but to enjoy life.
Yes.
So I think I just want to die peacefully one day. Maybe on a classroom or maybe on the beach. That's something that I love to do. Not in my office.
Okay. Khun Sek, is that it? Are we done?
We have time for one last question for the media.
Okay, one last question. Okay.
From the media, okay.
From the media.
Okay, we'll go back on that side then. The lady up there.
Hello, Jinda. I'm Jinda from BBC London Scholar. May I ask you that, do you have any mobile application in China, right? Pay-all application in Thailand? Pay-all mobile application can help every SME to have free marketplace to sell their products in Pay-all mobile application. Pay-all is a mobile payment and e-wallet service which generate revenue from payment fee of utility bills and commission fee from merchant partners and return back to the customers. Are you interested to join Chinese business with Thai Pay-all mobile application? Other countries who would like to have multi-level consumer network of Pay-all, feel free to consult with me too. I would like to know that if you have mobile application like this in China, because we have the joint venture in China. Thank you.
Joint venture of...
I don't think it's mobile application for... Can you just capture the question again?
Yeah.
It's like a free platform, I think, something like that.
Hello. We have the platform, but I would like to join with the China, and I have the multi-level consumer network. We name Pay-all application. So now we work with Lazada, and I would like to join with the the Alibaba or any joint venture in China or any countries who are interested.
Thank you very much for that business proposition, and then Jack's team will take it up with you later, all right? Thank you very much, Jack. I mean, everyone knows that your time is valuable, and we didn't buy his time, you know. He gave us his time. And as a Thai person, you know, and on behalf of the audience, I'm grateful, okay? But as a Thai person, I'd just like you to say the last few words, you know, about this thing, you know. How to give Thais, you know, the confidence to make the changes necessary, you know, to be modern and forward-looking and reform, so that one day we can have self-belief that we can also be winners, you know, and not just watch others from the sidelines all the time.
Yeah. Well, I think Thailand is a nation with magic, with such a strong Buddhism religion. In our Asia, we always check ourselves. We check what is wrong with us. We improve ourselves. And Thailand, like China and Asia, many countries, we are wisdom-driven. Wisdom is about data. Knowledge-driven is about IT. IT to DT is not the technology difference. It's about the thinking difference. It's the mental difference. And I think people here are kind. People here are hardworking. In the past, people here with belief. In the past 30 years, Thailand has helped more than 50% of the people out of the poverty. Asian economic growth
not because of its the growth rate. It's taking people out of poverty. This is so amazing. If we can achieve this, why we cannot achieve more? And when I see Thailand about national plan for 4.0, digital Thailand, entrepreneur startup hubs, and all these things, these are the right directions. And I'm very happy about Thailand embracing companies like Alibaba. Welcome us. And I promise that we'll work it together. It's not for the money profit. Honestly, 70 million population here. It's just like one province in China.
That's true.
Hunan province. It's not that big. But we respect it's a unique culture. It's a unique country. We have so many great people here that we will let the world share the Oriental wisdom. Let the world know our culture. So Asia in the future, the ACD yesterday talked about, we have 4 billion people. That is more than 50% of the population of the world are in ACD. If we can do better jobs, we're at least doing better job for 50% of the population. So I think I'm confident, I'm inspired. And Buddha will bless. And really, I think let's work together and make things happening. I have a strong confidence in Thailand and wish to come here, spend more time on the beaches and with the young entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated to allow our guest speaker to leave the room. And we have some refreshment waiting for you outside. Thank you very much for your presence today. Wish you goodbye. Thank you. Have a nice day.